I'm Kathryn Stahl from American University and from the Campus Engagement Group. Thank you, Matt, and thank you particularly the Partners for America staff, interns. We really appreciate the work Matt Clausen and Melissa Galladay, Michelle Nicholson, Barbara Block, and just numerous others have done to pull this together. We really appreciate it. We are going to have a wonderful, packed couple of days. If you haven't looked at your agenda, you should. It's packed with good things. The conference also marks a transition for the Campus Engagement Group. I am very pleased to introduce Eric Malin very briefly. I'll give him a bigger introduction tomorrow in the program. He is the director of the Duke Center on Civic Engagement and Duke Engage, and he will be taking over the leadership of the Campus Engagement Group after this conference. So I wanted you to have a look and put a name and face together. Eric, if you'd stand. Please make a point of introducing yourself to him. One of the critical areas of interest for all the members of our coalition, and especially the campus partners, is the area of public policy and the potential for public support for service, particularly service abroad. Most campuses today are operating within new financial constraints, and many thousands of students are struggling to find the funds to support their passion to serve abroad. Our session this afternoon addresses what is happening on the Hill, across the country, and beyond to help us support volunteers in all aspects of their service abroad. I'm delighted to introduce two leaders in the field who will moderate the panel. Immediately to my left, as President and CEO of Partners of the Americas, Steve Vetter oversees the work of 50 volunteer-led partnerships between 45 U.S. states and 31 Latin American and Caribbean countries. He has worked to create a learning-rich environment among chapters and collaborating organizations within the Partners Hemispheric Volunteer Network. Steve served previously as the president of Eureka Communities from January 1996 to December 2005. Prior to that, he held a number of executive-level positions at the Inter-American Foundation, a public corporation dedicated to supporting the self-help efforts of communities in Latin America and the Caribbean. Steve also worked to promote philanthropy and community service throughout the region. Prior to that, Steve held positions of Director of the Peace Corps' Office of Staging and Orientation in the Training and Recruitment Division and Program Director of Partners of the Americas. Steve has also served on the boards of Aid to Artisans, the National Committee for Responsive Philanthropy, and on the Ford Foundation's Committee on Social Justice Philanthropy. He also served as a Peace Corps volunteer in Colombia from 1966 to 1969. David Caprara, to Steve's left, is the project director and non-resident fellow overseeing the Brookings Initiative on International Volunteering and Service. David also served as executive vice president, also currently serves as executive vice president of the Youth Federation for World Peace, promoting the role of next generation leaders. David formerly directed faith-based and community initiatives of the Corporation for National Service, based here in DC, and Volunteers in Service to America, better known by many of us as VISTA, promoting mentoring programs, asset development, homeland security, and other initiatives to strengthen children and families throughout the country. David conceived and co-directed the International Roundtable on Volunteering and Service with the Points of Light Foundation, USAID, and the Corporation for National and Community Service. In 2006, he co-directed the International Conference on Faith and Service with former USA Freedom Corps Director John Bridgeland and National Conference on Citizenship. David formerly served as Deputy Assistant Secretary and Director, Office of Resident Initiatives under Secretary Jack Kemp at the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Please welcome them both.